Welcome to Miles Around. In our driver's seat is this. It's the 2007 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. Now, this vehicle first hit the lots in May 2006. It's a special collaboration between the SVT, the Ford Special Vehicle Team, and along with Carroll Shelby. Now, they're only going to make about 10,000 of these vehicles over a 3-year period. The right to buy the very first one that rolled off the production line was sold at auction on January 21st, 2006 at the Barrett-Jackson auction in Arizona. The price it sold for was $648,000. That was just the right to buy the vehicle. The cost of the vehicle, well, that was separate. Dennis?
Well, it didn't include the price of the car, but what it included was years and years of heritage, not only for the Mustang, but for Carroll Shelby himself. Who doesn't know about the GT350 that was produced in 1965, the great Hertz Rent-A-Racer program, the 68 GT500, or the Eleanor that we know from both Gone in 60 Second movies. Now, these cars are a little bit different these days. Not only do they go fast, but they also can stop and corner with the best in the market. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the back of the car and the way that it differs from the standard Mustang. We're going to look at the interior and how today's creature comforts even find themselves into a muscle car like this. And we're also going to talk about what's under that hood, the 500 horsepower supercharged V8 that makes this a Shelby GT500. Now, let's take a peek.
So now we have the hood open of the 2007 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. We can see it has a great engine under the hood. In fact, it's a 5.4-liter modular 500 horsepower supercharged V8. A lot of big words, Dennis. What does it really mean?
You've been doing your homework, Nick, and I'm impressed. It means this. As I'm going to talk about this motor, I'm going to do what car guys do. They roll up their sleeves and they talk about horsepower. 500 horsepower, 480 pounds-feet of torque. What does that mean? It means the car is blazingly fast and blazingly quick. 0 to 60 times, a little under 5 seconds. Now, it's not just about horsepower. It's not just about straight line speed. It's about the difference between a Mustang of today and, more importantly, a GT500 Shelby Mustang and cars of yesteryear. This car handles and brakes like a modern sports car. Huge Brembo brakes, big rubber at all 4 corners, make it different than a muscle car that used to be, well, kind of like putting a big block Chevy, or big block Ford in this case, in a roller skate. It couldn't handle, but it went in a straight line really quick. What it comes down to is if you have the money to buy one of these cars, you will never be disappointed going in a straight line or heading into a corner. When you look at a Shelby GT500, you want to embrace all the things that made these cars what they are throughout the years. Things that are on this car harken back to all the things that made every Shelby GT a Shelby GT Mustang. The hood vents, the special front end treatment, the special tires and wheels, the stripes on the cars. I already told you it drove like a GT500. Now I'm going to tell you it looks just like the car should look, a Shelby Mustang.
And the culmination of over 30-plus years of building Mustangs has come up with this. The GT500 has lines from many other Mustangs in the past and also has some very new significant things like the air diffuser in the back and the fin. Look very significant on this car and stand out a lot. I don't think the actual radio antenna on the back for satellite radio was there when the cars were first built, but this one has one. And something you won't see in any other vehicle, that is the Cobra on the side. And of course, because it's a Shelby, it's made of real metal. Now that's a GT500.
Moving to the interior of the Shelby GT500, you have to look at, one, how easy is it to get in and out? Now, big doors on a 2-door coupe are pretty easy to get in and out of. Though I wouldn't really want to spend a lot of time in the back seat. It's kind of cramped back there. This is, I guess, the personal end of a GT500 Mustang. Now, when you get in it and you feel the controls, you grab the wheel, you push the clutch in, you grab the short throw shifter that's standard on the GT500, and it all has that kind of mannish feel to it. I don't know how else to describe it. Hey, I'm just a car guy, as I would describe myself. It has that real chiseled out of a block of metal feel to it. Now, sure, it's got the Shaker 500 and the optional Shaker 1000 stereo that'll flow your hair back in case you aren't going 150 miles an hour. And it has things like cruise control and power seats that you just never saw on the old muscle cars of the days of 60s and 70s. You know, this type of car is a perfect blend. The fact that you can get that 500 horsepower motor, all the great handling, and get to enjoy it from a front seat like this. You know, no optional sunroofs or T-tops. Thank goodness no more T-tops. But it's the way that the car feels. It is a retro feeling when you're in the front seat and when you're on the road.
So we've looked all around the outside of the 2007 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. Dennis, give me your 2 ups and 1 down for this vehicle.
Well, it's an easy list to fill out. The first one would be the fact that with great handling and great brakes, you still have a retro Mustang pony car feel. And I think that's a big up to the person looking for modern handling in a car that has this much power. The other up for me would be the little aesthetics, the things like the special wheels, the special front end, the diffuser in the back, and more importantly, the metal emblems. I don't even know the last time I saw a real, true metal emblem on an automobile. My down would be the fact that after all the hype and all the press and all the guys like us talking about the car, this being a special vehicle, then they came out with the KR500. I don't know if Ford shot themselves in the foot by making a special car and then making an even specialer car. Is that a word? I don't know. But for me, they should have just made one Shelby GT500.
Let me tell you about my 2 ups and 1 down for this vehicle. First up has got to be exterior styling. This vehicle is, well, really nice. And when I say nice, I mean nice in the English way. If I was to translate it into the American way, I would say excellent. They've done a good job in culminating all the different styles of Mustang into this one vehicle. My second up for this vehicle, and you can't really miss it or pass by it, is the engine. This motor is so powerful, it really gives you the strength and power and driving that you need on the road. A great thing they've done under the hood. My down for this vehicle is this. It's a basic car. It's an American muscle car, but they've gone too far on the inside. With modern lives like MP3 players and Bluetooth, there's nothing like that inside this car. So to own one, you really have to become retro in your life and put all that stuff away and not be able to use it in this vehicle. And I think that forces you not to use this car as your daily vehicle. And I think that's sad. So maybe a few modern necessities on the inside would make it more drivable for me.
The 2007 Ford Mustang GT500 Coupe comes standard with a 5.4-liter supercharged V8 and a 6-speed manual transmission. The standard vehicle price is $40,930 with an as-tested price of $43,765. The city EPA ratings for miles per gallon is 15, while the highway miles per gallon EPA rating is 21.
Here are the guys that make miles around possible. The Russ Auto Group, Baxter Auto Parts, Northside Ford, Ray Reese Dealerships, 4 Wheel Parts Performance Center, Grand Prix Imports, and J. Lee's Auto Group. Thanks, guys.